everybody, welcome to The Colors of Beauty by Elle. I'm Isabel. Welcome back and welcome all my new subscribers. So this video is going to be not beauty related. I wanted to come here and do a couple thank yous and let you guys know what was going on. A few weeks back, my black lab, Gabby Ann, she got really sick. It happened so quickly. It was just so fast. She developed diarrhea and it was bloody. I took her to the vet and they gave her medicine. And they gave her IVs, and then she was okay for a day, and then she started vomiting. Blood, and then she started not to eat. She stopped eating. You know, her appetite was going slower, lower and lower, and then she just stopped eating, and she stopped drinking. I took her for to another vet because I wanted to make sure that I was doing everything right and to make sure that she was getting the best care possible. But unfortunately at that time, the vet told me that there was really nothing that they could do because she had developed a mass in her belly that if they operated on her, that she wouldn't make it. So at that time my husband and I decided to take her home and just love her and carry her upstairs, downstairs, make her comfortable. And she declined really fast, really fast. I mean, it was remarkable the way it just happened so quickly out of the blue, because she's always been really healthy, and I did have her for 10 plus years, and I guess things like that happened to black labs because she was on a medicine for her leg. She had hurt her ACL and her knee, and it was ripped. So they had given her, back then, they had given her some anti-inflammatories, which, you know, I had to give them to her every day. And I think that's, you know, the vets, both vets were saying how that could have been a factor in her illness. She was, to me, you know, a lot of people would say, well, she was just a dog or a pet, but she was not. To me, she was a confidant. My son and his wife at the time adopted her when they were in El Paso. My son was in the military at the time, in the base. So they adopted the puppy, you know, when they were up there, not knowing that they were going to have to deploy. So they had to leave and go to Alaska. So they were going to take her back to the adoption agency to have her adopted out. But I kept her. I fell in love with her, so I couldn't have her go back, you know, knowing that she was in a home already and then having to go back into a cage. It was just, I couldn't do it, so I kept her. My son always referred to her as his dog because, you know, that was he would call her Schnookums, and, you know, every time he would call me from Alaska, he'd say, you know, how's Schnookums? Make sure you beak her for me. To him, a kiss on the snout was a beak. So, because we always called the snout beak. So that's what, I said, okay, mijo, I will kiss her for you. She's fine. She's doing good. And then a year later or so, maybe not even a year, my son got deployed to Iraq. And he would tell me, take care of that Gabby, take care of Schnookums. And I said, okay, she's taken care of. So to me taking care of her was as close as I could get to my son, who was in Iraq and fighting for our country and getting shot at. And whenever I missed him because he couldn't call me, I would hug her and just feel close to him, So she went through that with me, and then when my son got back, he said, I'm going to take Schnookums back. I said, no, you can't take her back because she's mine now. So I kept her, and she's amazing. Just an amazing, loving dog, She's so beautiful and so graceful, and she was my friend. And so she did, anyways, when she was sick, she just got worse and worse. And then the day before we took her, we thought, okay, she looks like she's ready. She was looks like she was in some pain. So we took her, and to our surprise, she was sitting up in the car, looking out the window, had her head out the window, like she always does, and her ears were flapping, and she was drinking for the first time in 13 days. She was actually drinking a little bit of water, which we were like, wow, she's drinking water. So we got to the veterinarian because we were going to, she was, and, but she was looking at us, and my husband and I were just like, she's not ready yet. She's not ready. She's not, because she would look at us with these eyes, and so we picked her up after we registered and everything in the vet. We picked her up and we put her back in the truck, and we brought her home, and we wrapped her in blankets, and we kissed her, and we loved her, and we thanked her for everything that she's given us, with her beautiful spirit, and for being comforting, and for just being there, when I needed her more, and my husband needed her too. And the next day when we woke up, she didn't do well. She couldn't stand. She couldn't, she was so dehydrated, and she couldn't stand anymore. So I couldn't do it. My husband took her, and so I wanted to come here and tell you guys. I did tell people on Instagram. I don't think I did it on Facebook though, but I wanted to tell you guys, thank you so much for your prayers and your condolences for Gabby. That means a lot to me, because she meant a lot to me. She wasn't just a dog. She was a family member. But and so I want to say thank you, and I want to say a special thank you to my friend Terry Besor. She's been a long-time friend of ours, and she helped me through a lot. going through this and everything. And also I did get a beautiful, beautiful letter from Tasha, from BudgetMadam, and I was not expecting this at all. So I went to my P.O. box and I saw this, and it couldn't have come in a better time. I think at the time, Tasha, you didn't know that Gabby had passed away, but that's okay. This made me so happy knowing that I have such friends out there, and that care and are so beautiful and in their hearts. And she was so sweet. Tasha, thank you so much for this. This has been one of the biggest highlights of, in a long time for me. So I'm going to read you what Tasha wrote to me. And she says, "Hello, Isabel. I sure hope this letter finds you in a good spirit. I truly love your channel and your positivity. I was thinking how much I enjoyed seeing you and your husband dine at the 5-star restaurant when you vlogged. I want you and your husband to go out for Valentine's Day on me. Be blessed and much continued." I think it's presently, or I don't know what that says. Something. I don't know. Forgive me. In regards, BudgetMadam, Tasha. And Tasha had sent me a $25 gift certificate to Chili's Macaroni Grill on the Border, or Maggiano's. So we'll certainly use this, and thank you, Tasha, so much for this. It's such a beautiful gesture, and I don't know what I did to deserve it, but I really am very, 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 very grateful. One thing that people cannot say about me is that I am not a grateful person, because I really am. So anyways, I wanted to come here and thank everyone, and thank you, Tasha, with all my heart. And this made me so happy. And okay, so that's it, I guess. I don't want to take up any more of your time, but I will leave you with some pictures to remember my baby. I love you, Gabby. Mommy misses you. Okay, guys, I will talk to you later, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye. Bye.